All right. بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Assalamu alaikum, guys. So today we are starting a new topic, Mithal. Today we're going to start a new irregularity, and that is Mithal. But before we discuss Mithal, we're going to talk about the story of disgusting sounds. So Mithal is a pretty basic, pretty simple irregularity actually, and you're going to see what it's all about. All right. So basically, our story is based in the Arabian desert. Once upon a barbecue, the Arabs realized that Arabic was such a beautiful, remarkable language, and they wanted to preserve that beauty. So they tried to get rid of all the disgusting sounds. So, and one way of getting rid of the disgusting sounds was to find out which sounds are disgusting, and they got rid of that. So that's basically, in a nutshell, what Mithal is all about. Getting rid of the disgusting sounds. So anything that sounds disgusting, they're like, ew, we don't want that. Ew, we don't want that. So basically, there are three things or three major things that you really need to worry about Mithal. Like when we talked about mahmouz, we basically talked about hiccups. So when you encounter a hiccup, you try and smooth it out. That's all there is to majorly. That's what it is about mahmouz. So when it comes to mithal, you just have to watch out for these sounds. When you hear these sounds, you gotta smooth them out. So when you hear, for example, ew, ew, nobody likes an ew sound. So the Arabs are like, no, we don't want ew, we want e. E is fine, but ew is bad, it's disgusting, it's terrible, okay? And then you have ui. Oh, it just sounds disgusting, doesn't it? Ew, ui. Nobody wants those sounds. So you got to stop making them. So when you speak, you got to speak beautifully because the Arabic language is such a beautiful, remarkable language. So that's the thing. So we don't want ew. We don't want ui. If you have ew, it turns to e. If you have ui, it turns to u. So the first sound, so you see the first sound is e. That just smooth it out because remember we said ya kasra loves ya. So when you have a kasra, obviously you're going to have a ya. So ew becomes e. And then dhamma loves a wow. So when you have a dhamma, it's not going to be ui, it's going to be ooh. See how smooth it is? Like, ooh. Ooh is fun. Ui is bad. Okay? So no disgusting sounds. We want happy sounds. Ooh. Nothing like ui and ew. Nobody wants that. Now, when it comes to this one, yow, it's not really a disgusting sound. It's more of a, we don't really, it's not really a hated sound, more like they just don't like it. Okay, so this normally happens especially in the mudari'. You would see this a lot in the mudari'. So you have the ya of mudari' and then followed by a wow with a sukoon. So they're like, okay, ya doesn't get along with this kind of sounds. Yaw, so this yaw sound, they kind of don't really like it, especially in the mudari'. So what they would do is they get rid of the ya, the wow, and you just have ya. They're like, okay, no, wow and yeah doesn't really go well together. So let's just get rid of the wow. We remain with a yeah. And that's basically the story of Mithal, the story of disgusting sounds. And the thing is, don't make them. Don't make the disgusting sounds. Don't make ui. Don't make ew. Don't make yo. Okay? So these are sounds you need to remember. Every time you're about to do sarf and you're about to say ew, stop yourself and say e instead. If you're about to say ui, stop yourself and say u instead. If you're about to say yaw in the mudari', you stop yourself and you just say ya. Get rid of the wow. So that's basically what you need to know about mithal. It's pretty simple, guys. So don't overthink it. Don't think irregularity is really difficult. No, it's really not. Now, this is the kind of irregularity that happens in the beginning. So in the beginning letter. This is where the irregularity happens. Remember in mahmouz, we talked about irregularity in the fa letter, in the ain letter, in the lam letter. But this one is only in the beginning, okay? And what happens is when you have a weak letter. So mithal is basically when you have a weak letter in the beginning. And remember when we started with the irregular sarf intro, We said alif is a symptom. The disease is either waw or a ya. So remember that. So when you have a weak letter, it's either going to be a ya or it's going to be a waw. It's not going to be any other. These are the weak letters. So when I say weak letters, remember what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a ya or I'm talking about a waw. Okay. Any questions there so far? Oh, no, that's not where we are. Sorry. This is where we are. Okay, so that's basically Mithal. When you have a weak letter, a waw or a ya in the beginning. Now, of course, if you have a waw, it's going to be called Mithal wawi. Mithal wawi. If you have a ya in the beginning, it's going to be called Mithal ya'i. So those are the two kinds of mithals that we have. Either a waw in the beginning is going to be wawi, or it's going to be a ya in the beginning and it's going to be ya'i. So let's look at some of the rules. We're going to start with mazid fihi. These are the big families, family 2 to family 10. And then when we finish mazid fihi, then we look at mujarrad, because mujarrad has a little bit more of rules, but it's basically very, very easy. Just watch out for these three sounds and you're good, and your mithal is good. That's basically it. Okay, so some of the rules we have is, so we talked about family 2 to family 10. These are the big families, right? So you realize that only 3 families are affected. There's no change in the shadda families. When I say shadda families, I mean allama and ta'allama, family 2 and family 5. These are the families I'm talking about. When I say shadda families, the families with the shadda. So there's nothing that happens in the shadda families. And the reason why I categorize them like this is because sometimes they behave similarly. You'll find family number 2 and family number 5 behaving similarly sometimes. Then you find the alif families, what I'm calling alif families, is family 3 and family 6. So you see they have alif in it. So this is the jahada family, the jahada family and the tasa'ala family. So these 2 families, they're the alif family. So again, you see no change in those. You do it normally, okay? And then you have iqtaraba family, okay? Now, iqtaraba family, again, it's pretty interesting because remember when we did mahmuz and Hamza visited this family and then we had a shadda? Funny thing is, when you have a weak letter visiting this family as well, you get a shadda. And you don't get a mithal ya'i. So you can only have a waw visiting this family. A ya never visits this family. You don't get a mithal ya'i. It doesn't exist in iqtaraba family. You only have a mithal wawi. And when it visits, you get a shadda. It's just, this family is a weird one. You just have to remember that you get shaddas in mahmuz and in mithal. Okay? So when a hamza visits and when a waw visits, you get a shadda. There's something you need to remember. And the most important thing you need to remember is mithal wawi happens more than mithal ya'i, which is kind of like meaning that, you know, the irregular words are going to be more than the regular ones. Because mithal wawi is the one that undergoes the change. Mithal ya'i, as you will see, it's pretty much normal. So let's look at this table a little bit more, okay? So like we said, families affected, family 1, family 4, family 8, and family 10. These are the only families that we expect the disgusting sounds to come. And so we avoid those disgusting sounds, okay? So in more details, when we look at family 1, we expect some changes. But remember I said it could be either wawi or it could be ya'i, okay? So when it's wawi, okay, so when it's wawi, we have ضرب family, we have wa'ada. It was supposed to be yaw'idu. Remember that yaw. We talked about yaw, this sound, yaw. We don't want that. So it's going to be ya'idu. The waw goes away, and now we have ya'idu. Wa'ada, ya'idu. Not wa'ada, yaw'idu. It was supposed to be ضرب يضرب. Wa'ada, yaw'idu. But nobody wants the disgusting sounds. They're like, no, you don't speak Arabic like that. So it becomes wa'ada, ya'idu. Okay? Then you have hasiba, which also undergoes the same change. So hasiba yahsibu, waritha It was supposed to be yawrithu. Again, ooh. Nobody wants that. So waratha, yarithu, right? And then you have sami'a. Sami'a. Now this sami'a is a pretty interesting family, and you're going to see why. Because it's going to appear differently in different places. Okay? So I don't know if, are you guys getting any feedback? Are you guys hearing the adhan on my end? I don't know. If you can just let me know.
No, we're getting it.
Okay, alhamdulillah. All right, so you have Sami'a. Sami'a, just keep at the back of your mind this family Sami'a. We will discuss more on it. But in this case, this particular word, wasi'a, it was supposed to be yawsa'u. Sami'a, yasma'u. So wasi'a, yawsa'u. Then we talked about yaw. We don't want this sound. So we get rid of that sound. It becomes wasi'a, yasa'u. Make it smooth. Wasi'a, yasa'u. So that's where the changes happen. And of course, you have fataha. So fataha, yaftahu, wada'a, yawda'u is not good. You're supposed to say yawda'u, but that's cringy. That's disgusting. So wada'a, yada'u. Sorry, yada'u, because it's fataha, yaftahu. Wada'a, yada'u. See how smooth we're making it? Because beautiful, Arabic is a beautiful language. We want to make it beautiful, we want to sound beautiful. We don't want any disgusting sounds in there. All right? So, and then you have.
Can you repeat this? Yes.
وضع يضع فتح يفتح وضع يضع. It was supposed to be يوضع. We don't want يو. So we get rid of the wow. So instead of يوضع, we get rid of the wow because this yo business, they don't like it. So it becomes يضع. Like that. All right. Okay, sorry, I don't know what happened. Am I breaking or is my voice okay? I wasn't sure. Have I been breaking?
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry. Nobody mentioned, so I thought I was okay. Let me move a bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit at the end.
How about now? Is it any better?
Perfect. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. Let me share my screen and start the recording again. All right. So we were talking about wada'a yada'u. So this
had you been writing all this time?
No, I just wrote at the end, so I don't know if you missed it.
We didn't see that. Okay.
Oh, sorry. So somebody was asking about wada'a, for me to repeat about wada'a.
Yes, your voice broke. I thought I have internet problem, so I'll ask you again.
Sorry. Okay. So basically,
okay.
yeah. So basically, it was supposed to be wada'a yawda'u. But then remember, we don't want yo business, yeah? Like ew, yo. Nobody wants those sounds. So they were like, okay, so wada'a, get rid of the wow. So now you have what yawda'u, and then it became yada'u. Yeah, so we get rid of the wow. Wada'a yada'u. So that's what you do there. Then you look at, you remember my color coding here. So when you see green, that's where the change happening. That's where the change is happening. When you don't see any color, that means it's just normal. When you see red, that means it doesn't exist. Okay, or this dark maroon type of color. So that's basically the color coding. Whenever you see any of my tables, that's what it's going to mean. So you see here, when you come to Mithal, while we still, you see Sami'a again. Here we talked about Sami'a. Sami'a is a pretty interesting family. So you see Sami'a, and you have Wasi'a, Yasa'u. It's not Yawsa'u, it's Yasa'u. But then you come back here and you see Sami'a is Waji'a, and it doesn't occur, there's not any change. That means this is going to be Waji'a, Yawja'u. I just told you there's no Yaw, and here it is. Okay, so it's not really a disgusting sound. It's just that it's hated in some families and in some words. So that's just something you need to understand. But this rarely happens, you would find. These exceptions are very few. So this is the normal.
Like we can expect both forms. Like if there
Yes.
can be a yaw, and it's not always that we have to make the yaw. Yeah,
Disappear.
we do. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing. It's not always that when you're conjugating and you look at this family and you immediately get rid of that. It's not a disgusting sound. It's just that sometimes they don't like it. So both of them can happen. Yeah. So you can have waji'a yawja'u in this particular case and in some
It
other
will
ones.
it will take us a long time to get to know this sometimes.
Yeah, I know. But it rarely happens. So that's the good thing. It rarely happens.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, you see with fataha, you have wabaha, yaw. You can actually have wabaha, yawbahu. This can happen, yawbahu. Okay. And then also karuma. Karuma is always normal. That's the beauty about karuma, that what I found. So this is very consistent. Karuma, you always expect it to be normal. So it's always going to be wasu'a yawsa'u. Yawsu'u, sorry, because karuma yakrumu. So wasu'a yawsu'u. Always consistent, always normal. That's for karuma. Now, I tried to find out why sami'a sometimes behaves like this and fataha sometimes behaves like this. But you will find that most sami'a families are actually normal. Like 99% of sami'a is normal. And 99% of fataha is not normal. So most words of fataha would be irregular. Most words in fataha would be irregular. And most words in sami'a would be regular, would be normal. So that's just something to watch out for. Like sami'a is always going to be normal. Fataha is always going to be irregular most of the time. But then you have this small overlap where a few words, they kind of just, I'm still trying to, there's a theory I was coming up with. I'm still trying to talk with my colleagues to see if it's actually true. I don't want to share with you in case. But the idea was, I was thinking, because you see, like, for example, wasi'a, you have, it exists in other forms as well. So maybe that's why it's irregular here, because you have wasu'a also. So maybe that's why, I don't know. So that's kind of my theory. I don't want to dwell too much onto it because it's not really finalized. So that's basically Mithal Wawi in family one. You can see there's a lot of information in family one. And that's why I wanted us to start with mujarrad, with mazid fihi, the big families first, because it's easy, because we will just be dealing with 3 families, 1, 2, 3. And then tomorrow, next class, we can talk about now mujarrad, the small families, because it's a bit more detailed and it's a lot. So that's Mithal Wawi. Then you have Mithal Ya'i. Mithal Ya'i, the default of Mithal Ya'i is that it behaves normal. It doesn't matter if it's family 10, it's family 1, it's family 3, it's whatever family, it just behaves normal if it's Mithal Ya'i. So you find that most of the time, only Mithal Wawi is the one that has issues. Most of the time. Again, I'm trying to be very careful because I know there's something that happens in Mithal Ya'i. Only one place that there's a change. So that's the only thing you need to know about Mithal Ya'i. There's only one slight change, and I think we'll talk about that when we talk about that. So that's basically family 1. It's pretty normal. Most of it, you can see, most of it is pretty normal. It's just these few families that you need to watch out for. Then family 2, we mentioned, this is the Allama family. It's normal. So wahada yuwahhidu. Tawheedan fahuwa muwahhidun. Wahida yuwahhadu tawheedan fahuwa, sorry, I said muwahhidun, the first one, and then the second one, muwahhadun. So yeah, that's pretty normal. You can see nothing happens. That is if you have waw in the beginning. What if you have ya in the beginning? Same thing. It's normal. Yassara yuyassiru taysiran fahuwa muyassirun. Then you have yussira yuyassaru taysiran fahuwa muyassarun. Again, pretty normal. Just allama yuallimu ta'liman fahuwa muallimun. You just put it in the same container and you just bring it out. Same stuff. Nothing abnormal there. Then you have family 3, which is jahada. Again, we said the alif families, no problem. So واعد يواعد وعادا ومواعدة فهو مواعد. ووعد يواعد وعادا ومواعدة فهو مواعد. Same thing, no changes here again. So you can see, you just take the template and you put it in the jither in there, and it's just normal. Same thing with ya'i. See, ياسر يياسر يسارا ومياسرة فهو مياسر. يوسر يياسر يسارا ومياسرة فهو مياسر. Again, it's just jahada family we're doing, no changes. So we're going to skip family 4 because there's some irregular something happened there. So let's look at the normal ones. Then you have family 5. This is ta'allama family. So if you have, for example, wawi, mithal wawi, this is tawajjaba. Tawajjaba, yatawajjabu, tawajjuban. Again, this family 6 and family 5, sometimes they behave the same because they're called the fatha families. So you would watch out for that as well. So you find family 6, they're pretty similar. Family 4 and family 10, pretty similar. Family 2 and family 5, sometimes they behave the same. So that's just something to watch out for. Family 3 and family 6 also sometimes behaves the same. So I'm going to try and combine these families in some of the classes, just so that we make it easier. When we put them together, it makes it easier. So like for this class, we are looking at the shadda families together, and we are looking at the alif families together. So tawajjaba, yatawajjabu, tawajjuban, fahuwa mutawajjibun. This is a fatha family. You would find that in all the sarf, it has fatha on it. That's why we are calling it fatha family. For example, if we do ta'allama, yata'allamu, ta'alluman, fahuwa muta'allimun, tu'allima. So you see it's ta'allama, yata'allamu. It's fatha, fatha. That's why it's called the fatha family. All right. Again, this is pretty normal. If you look at mithal ya'i, where you have a ya, so it's tayassara, yatayassaru, tayassuran, fahuwa mutayassirun. Tuyassira, yutayassaru, tayassuran, fahuwa mutayassarun. Again, I remind you guys, if I'm doing the sarf of a word, try and do it with me, even though you're mute, so that you just get the practice of it. It's really important. You actually say it out loud. That's how I learn. And I think that's the best way to learn. Just say it out loud so that it sticks. You can actually hear your own mistakes if you say it out loud. So that's pretty normal. Then you have family 6. This is tasa'ala family. So another fatha family, another alif family here. So tawajada, yatawajadu, tawajudan, fahuwa mutawajidun, tuwujida, yutawajadu, tawajudan, فهو متواجد. Again, تساءل يتساءل. Same family. No irregularity there. Same thing. Same process when it comes to the ya. So we say تياسر يتياسر تياسرا فهو متياسر. تيوسر يتياسر تياسرا فهو متياسر. So you see that's pretty normal there. Now let's go to the ones that have some irregular thing. So you have aslama family. So this was going to be awjada yujadu. So that's pretty normal. Awjada yujadu, because yujidu. Aslama yuslimu. I made a mistake there. So awjada yujidu. Ijadan. Now that's where the problem is. Because normally you would say islaman, right? And because it's jadan. So remember we talked about ew. Nobody likes an ew business. So because of this, it was going to be islaman jadan. So they changed this, and then it became
Ijadan.
Beautiful, exactly. Ijadan. It became ijad. You smooth it out. Ew becomes e, and ui becomes u. So that's something you need to watch out in Aslama family. So the only change that happens is in the masdar for these two families, family 4 and family 10. They behave the same thing. So if you take the example of istawqada, it was supposed to be istawqada, yastawqidu, istiwqada. Nobody likes any ew business. So istiwqada, ew, no. Istiqadan. That's the thing. Istiqadan. Okay? So that's basically what happened there. Family 4 and family 10, the only change is in the masdar. So instead of iu, I. That's it. And of course, in the passives, instead of we, you're going to say u. So that's basically what's going to happen there. Again, you see how these sounds just come into play and you need to watch out for them. So it's just a matter of watching out for these sounds. If you know where to identify these sounds, your sarf is basically done. Same thing with, so ayqana yuqinu, the mithal ya'i in these two families, it's pretty much the same. It's pretty much normal until when it comes to passives. When you come to passives, again, you will encounter that sound we, and we talked about we don't like that sound. So you get rid of that sound and it becomes u. So that's the only change that happens in mithal ya'i. So that's something you need to watch out for. And then lastly, we talk about iqtaraba family. And in iqtaraba family, we mentioned that it's not just hamza that gets a shadda when it visits this family. Also, wow, when it visits this family, it gets a shadda. For some reason, this family just likes shaddas. I don't know what it is. Must have been a barbecue thing. So family 8 loves shaddas. So when you have iu, it was supposed to be iu tajaha, iu tajaha. Well, like ew, nobody likes an ew business. But in this family, they love shaddas. So instead of itajaha, they made it ittajaha. They're like, okay, now that sounds like iqtaraba family. Welcome aboard. So just, you gotta watch out for that sneaky shadda. It likes to sneak in there in family 8. Any questions there so far on that summary? All right. So I'm gonna quiz you. What sounds do they not like? Yes.
I'm a little confused about this Shadda family. It's like where is there was a ya, and how, if we come across a family, how are we going to find the jizr? Like it was a ya, and we can maybe we.
Yeah, so that's a bit tricky. Either you know the words, because it could either be hamza or it could be waw, the beginning letter. But if you see it like this in family 8, then it most likely it means it's either a hamza or a waw in family 8. Either a hamza or a waw. So now your guess is either tajaha, that's how it was supposed to be, tajaha,
Okay.
or iu tajaha. Let me pick a different. So it's either iu tajaha or tajaha with the hamza. Those are your options. It's supposed to be sitting on a ya. So once you get there so far, at least you can be able to go to like a basic dictionary and either type hamza, jim, and ha, or there's a ta here, or you either type wow, jim, and ha, and then you can go from there. But most of the time, yeah. So that's kind of like just how you'd look at it. So it's either a wow or a hamza, basically.
And what was in ittajaha? What was the actual word?
So it was supposed to be iu tajaha, like this one, the first one. So the first letter iq taraba. So the qaf iq is wow. That's the fa letter.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
and then
became iu.
Yeah. So you see that. So nobody likes iu. So they decided to get a shadda instead. I don't know if that's clear.
Yeah, a little bit. It's okay.
Okay. Yeah. So just watch out for this family. It's a bit sneaky, this one, because it could either be a hamza or it could be wow. Ayqana. Yeah. So I'm seeing Najish has posted out here the sarf sagheer for ayqana, which is family 8, family 4. Aslama yuslimu, but with the ya as the beginning letter, as the fa letter. So ayqana yuqinu, like we said, this one doesn't really change so much. So ayqana yuqinu iqanan fahuwa I think this one is not muqinun, it's actually muqinun.
موقن, right?
Yeah.
موقن. أيقن يوقن إيقان.
فهو موقن.
Sister Ilham, yeah, Mithal Wawi, Mithal Yai exist only in two families. just family 4 and family 10. No
Yes. No, you have, yeah, for the ones that have irregular ones.
irregularity. I mean, the
Yes.
irregularity exists in only 4 and 10.
Yes. And that's just a small portion of it. Like, you know, the isim maf'ools, the isim fa'il, like what Najish was saying, and in the passive lines. So let me just show you, let me pull out the textbook maybe, so we can look at some of it. But although we'll still look at it in details. So what is this? This is family Mithal, wawi Mithal ya'i. Okay, so you see now family 4, this one. So you have أيقن يوقن إيقانا فهو موقن. So you see this part, it was supposed to be mui, but nobody likes ui. Remember that sound? We don't like ui business. So we got rid of that. It became muqinun, muqinun. See that? So that's something that happened there. And then of course, uqina, yuqanu, iqanan, again with this masdar. And then here, فهو موقن. الأمر منه أيقن لا توقن, because this one comes back. And then فهو موقن. ظرف is موقن. I don't know.
It should be ukhinu, right? Sister Islam in the second line, ukhinu, right? Not ukhinu.
It's uqina. Uslima.
Aslama yuslimu, uslimu, right?
Uslima.
Second line, first word. The passive mudari.
Yes.
Majhul,
Do for me the sarf.
It should be ukhinu, right?
Why uqinu?
Aslama yuslimu islaman.
Do
So
the passive line for aslama. Do the aslama.
Okay. Aslama yuslimu islaman fahuwa muslimun. Uslima.
Ah, there you go. You just said it.
Uslima, right? So here, Uslima. So it should be. I'm saying it should be here ukhinu, right? Not aukhinu. Is it a typo here?
Oh, here. Yeah. So this one. Sorry, I thought you were saying uqinu with the dhamma on the end. No, uqina. Yes. Yeah, that's a typo.
Ukhinu.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. This is a typo. Watch out for those. Sometimes the book has quite a bit of those.
Oh, that's what I was confused. Like, okay.
Ah, okay. Yeah. So that's kind of, yeah. Any questions on that? I know it's quite a bit. No problem, Saima. It's good. Okay. So that's basically the summary of it. Alhamdulillah. So again, just watch us for those 3 sounds. Those are the most notorious sounds when it comes to Mithal. Ew, ui, and when it comes to the mudari', some words, not all of them, you get rid of the wow. So instead of yaw, you just say ya. Some of them. Okay. So that's basically what you need to watch out. In fact, just think of those 2 sounds, and then this other one, you can just make like an estimation, sort of. Of course, but the most common one is actually to get rid of the ya. That's the most common. So like wa'ada, ya'idu, waritha, yarithu. These are the most common ones, as you will see also. So that's basically the summary of the irregularities in those different families. So let's look at some of the rules that maybe I have mentioned them, but maybe just look at them and then we can do some practice, inshallah, before time. So like we mentioned in the Shadda family, this is family 8. I told you Shadda families, they love this Shadda. I don't know why. I didn't make up the rules. It was in the barbecue somewhere long ago. So instead of iu tahada, so the jidr is waw, ha, and dal, right? Those are the jidr. Iqtaraba, iu tahada. You can hear how it rhymes. So iqtaraba, iu tahada. But then nobody likes ew. We talked about disgusting sounds. Nobody likes ew, no. So for some reason, this family takes a shadda. So you have ittahada, yattahidu. And the thing about shadda, by the way, in this family, once it comes in, it just takes over. It doesn't want to go away. So ittahada, yattahidu, ittihadan, fahuwa muttahidun, uttuhida, yuttahadu, ittihadan. فهو متحد الأمر منه اتحد والنهي عنه لا تتحد والظرف منه متحد. So you see the shadda just, it stays there forever. So that's the thing about this family. All right. So something to watch out for. We talked about the masdars in family 4 and 10. Instead of iu jada, it becomes E. See? And استيقاظا. استيقاظا, استيقاظا. اتخذ is not مثال. اتخذ is not مثال. So that's something you need to watch out for. So remember when we were talking about mahmuz, Najish was asking this question in the chat. That's what I'm answering right now. When we talked about mahmuz, we said the hamza visit the iqtaraba family and it gets a shadda also. So you need to watch out for that. So some of it could be اتخذ. This is also so اتخذ, and some of it could be اتحد. So what you need to do, if you don't know exactly, is it a hamza or is it a waw, then you can just go to maybe Hansware and type in the jidr, waw, ha, and dal, or hamza, ha, and dal, and see what it gives you. Okay, if it doesn't give you any result, then you know that's not the root letter. So you use the other one. If you typed in hamza, then you know it's not hamza, it's waw. But if it gives you the result, then you know that that is the one. So this ittakhadha, that's something good to remember. This one is actually hamza. And ittahada, this is waw. I know it's kind of hard to know, but you just have to remember. Yeah.
Sister
All right.
Ilham, we should put the jazar in Hansware. We should put if we keep a jazar of wahada, so we'll get it right.
Yes.
It belongs to.
Yes.
If the root word is wrong, then it will not give any result.
So let me just show you.
Itahada.
So that you know what to watch out for. So let's look at ishtal.net. I should have just gone to define. Okay. So if we type hamza instead of wow, if we type hamza, ha, and dal, and I click enter, so you see it gives me results, but it doesn't give me what I'm looking for. Like you see, there's no hamza. It gives me ahad. It gives me, oops. What? No, it's actually. Yeah. It's not giving me what I need. But if I type, let's see what happens when I type well. Waha and dal. So you see, it brings wahada. Wahada yahidu. So you see, this is the mithal I was looking for. Wahada yahidu. Then you know, all right, I found it. It's actually wow. It's not hamza. Yeah. So that's kind of how you do it. All right. Any other questions on that? Okay. So it's important to also know that, you know, in family 7, like we saw here, you won't have wow in inqalaba. You don't have inqalaba. It doesn't even sound like a word. It's not there. So family 7 doesn't exist, which is great. That means it's less. All right, maybe in the next 15 minutes or so, we can try and practice with this sarf of the small families. And maybe we'll see if we get time to do the big sarf kabir. This is supposed to be mujarrad. Don't know why. Oh, it's actually okay. All right, let's try and see. So because I can't really type and teach at the same time, I'm really slow. I'll just see if I can be able to write. So we have anybody who wants to participate, by the way, you can raise your hand and we can try and do this family and see where the changes happen in the sarf sagheer. Anybody wants to try and participate? Okay, great. So we have Fahima, we have Maryam, Maimuna, we have Shahira, Najish, and those, no, sorry. Yeah, those ones. Okay. All right. So we'll just go in that order. So we'll start with you, Fahima. You can do wahada, but in family 2. So what would be the word?
Wahada.
Beautiful.
Hada. Wahada وحد يوحد
Mm-hmm.
علم يعلم تعليما توحيدا.
Yes.
sister.
Yes. Beautiful.
وحد يوحد توحيدا فهو موحد.
Mm-hmm.
موحد. وحد يوحد توحيدا فهو موحد.
Mm-hmm.
الأمر منه وحد ونهي
Mm-hmm.
عنه لا توحد والظرف منه موحد.
Perfect. Beautiful. So there's no change that happened in this family. My pen is misbehaving, so I'm not going to be able to write either. But we'll just listen in, no problem. So yeah, this one, as you can even see, I didn't color code it. Red, black is just normal. So no change in that family. It's just normal allama family, right? Let's see who else is here. We have Maimuna.
Okay. So this is the Jahada family, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So wa'ada yu'ai yujahidu yuwa'idu
Yes.
okay. Wa'ada yuwa'idu wi'adan fahuwa muwa'idun.
Mm-hmm.
Yu'ida.
Woo.
No, sorry. Wu'ida.
Mm-hmm.
Wu'ida yuwa'adu
Mm-hmm.
wi'adan fahuwa muwa'adun.
Mm-hmm.
Al-amru minhu jahid. Wa'id.
Yes.
والنهي عنه لا تواعد.
Mm-hmm.
والظرف منه مواعد ومواعد ومواعدة.
So which family is this?
جاهد.
Okay, so what is a dharf in Jahada family? What's the dharf in big families?
They usually don't. They're no.
Let me give you a
Yes.
trick. With the big families,
Okay.
the dharf is the same as ism fa'il. Right?
Okay.
Remember that? Muslimun is the same as Muslimun. So فهو مسلم, and then والظرف منه مسلم again. مجاهد والظرف منه مجاهد again.
Again. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's the same. مواعد.
Yes. Beautiful. And to be honest, I'm really proud of you guys when I hear you say, okay, jahada, juhida, and then you try and conjugate it. It just makes me feel so nice because I feel you get the process. You really understand what is happening. Yes, Fawzia, zarf is the same as isim maf'ul. Alhamdulillah. That's great. So let's have the next person. This is we have Shahira and then Najish.
أوجد
Uh-huh.
يوجد.
Uh-huh. I don't know if you're still there.
I'm still here, sorry.
Okay.
Let me repeat again. أوجد يوجد إيجادا.
Yes.
مسلم موجد.
Beautiful.
And then it would be مسلمة وجد يوجد. مفعول will be موجود.
Sorry.
مسلم موجد.
Yes, موجد.
Okay, and then الأمر منه أجد.
Okay. أوجد, not أجد, because this is not mahmud. There's no mad.
Oh, okay. It will be أجد or أوجد. Oh, أوجد. So that it's fine with our sound here.
Yes.
So
okay.
we are not changing the ow sound here in awjud.
Yeah. No, ow has no problem. Yo is the problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We're mixing it. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And then ونهي عنه لا تسلم توجد. والظرف منه موجد.
Yes. Yeah. So remember that yaw is not really a sound that they hate. It actually happens, but it's preferred for some words and not others. Remember? So that's what yaw is all about. Yeah, but aw is fine. Awjid. Okay, that's good. So let's go to najish. You get another irregular one.
Istawqada yastawqidu istiqadan fahuwa mustawqidun. Ustuqida yustawqadu istiqadan fahuwa mustawqadun. Al-amru minhu istawqid wan-nahyu anhu la tastawqid waz-zarfu minhu mustawqadun. So it has problem with only with masdar.
Masdar, yes.
Okay.
And maybe the passive, if it comes to...
Yes.
Yeah.
Ustuqida.
Yeah, that's basically it. Especially with Mithal ya'i. So you don't say ustuiqina. You say ustuqina in the passive. So the waw comes in the ya'i. So that's maybe the only thing that will happen there. But only the masdar. In family 4 and family 10, the irregularity is only in the masdar, which is amazing. Like, you just have to watch for the ew sound in these two families, which is great. Then we go back to Fahima. You can do wasala. This is family 4.
Family 6 is good.
6. Sorry, 6. Yeah, 6.
Okay. التواصل يتواصل تواصلا فهو متواصل. تواصل يتواصل تواصلا فهو متواصل. تواصلا وهو متواصل. الأمر منه تواصل ونهي عنه لا تواصل.
Tawasal, this is the Fatha family, remember?
تواصل يتواصل. تواصل.
Yes.
الأمر منه تواصل ونهي عنه لا تواصل. لا تتواصل. والظرف منه متواصل.
Beautiful. Beautiful. See, no irregularity. We read the waw like it was just a normal letter. So this one doesn't have any problem there. All right. I'm really happy, by the way, you guys. Like, you guys are figuring this thing out like pros, mashallah. Allah barik fikum. Then we have Ralin. You get the shadda one. Let's see.
The family, which one?
Family 8. Yeah.
So family 8 is ta'allama or tasa'al?
What do you think? I need you to memorize these numbers. I told you it's the Shadda family.
3, 4, aslama, 7.
It's the one that is the one that if waw visits gets a shadda. What do you think?
Ta'allama. Oh, that one. Oh, it iktaraba. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So madi would be iktaraba, ittajada.
So it's waw, ha, and dal.
Oh, sorry. Ittahada. Yattahidu. Ittihadan. Fahuwa muttahidun. Uttuhida. Yuttahadu.
Yeah.
Fahuwa muttahadun.
Yes.
Al-amru minhu okay, let me think.
Do the iktabara. Iktaraba.
Al-amru. Okay, iktaraba yaktibu iktiraban for muktaribun, uktriba yaktarabu iktiraban for muktarabun, al-amru minhu iktarib. Al-amru minhu ittahi.
Yes.
Wa nahyu anhu la tattahi. Wa zarfu minhu muttahadu.
Beautiful. Amazing. Love it.
Okay,
really
I still have problem in this family. Like, I was trying to conjugate it like iqtawhada. And then like now it's and then I came up with all the
so
but then
so the clue with this family, the ta
yes
is always part of the container. always. So
Yes, so iqta, I was like, this is the part of the container.
no. Iqqa is
Okay.
ifta'ala.
It's
I want you to remember it like this. So this is if, let me try and write it down for you. So this is ifta'ala. Ifta'ala. So this is the fa letter. You see where the fa letter is? Where the iqtaraba is.
yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Iq is not the container. It's
The e and the ta.
it is the
These two are the part of the container. The e
okay.
kasra beginning, and the ta. Yeah.
And in istaghfara, the ist is the part of container, right?
Yes.
In
Yeah.
istaghfara, ist okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's part of the container. Yes, true. Is that clear now?
Yes.
Okay, alhamdulillah. All right, where were we? So we had done that. Okay, so you can have Najish next, and then maybe Zainab can do the last one.
It is the repeated one. Istawqada.
Oh, okay. Let's give you another one. We can use ya, qaf, we can do ya'i. So let's have ya.
Let me do this one since I don't know this one.
Okay, fine. You can do it, and then I would look for another one for Najish. No problem.
It's ya qaf na, no?
Yes.
So this will be the istayqana,
Mm-hmm.
yustayqinu,
Not you. So istaghfara.
istaghfara, yastaghfiru, yastayqinu.
Yes.
Istayqana, yastayqinu,
Istiqana.
istiqana.
Can we have just one person please do it? I don't want to like have a lot of feedback. So if it's Mariam doing it, let Mariam do it, please. Okay. Yes, Mariam, go on.
Istayqana, yastayqinu, istiqanan, fahuwa mustayqinun.
Mm-hmm.
Ustuqina. Ustuqina,
Yes.
ustuqina, yustaghfaru. Yustaghfaru, yustayqanu.
Yes.
Yustay is fine.
Yes.
Ustuqina, yustayqanu, istiqanan, fahuwa mustaghfarun, mustayqanun, mustayqanun. Al-amru minhu istaghfar. Istayqin,
Yes.
والنهي عنه لا تستيقن.
Beautiful.
والظرف منه مستيقن.
Amazing. Honestly, like I'm so proud right now. I don't even know. Like if I had candy, I would sell it over, but I'm not too starved, so sorry. Yeah, that was amazing. Really nice. I like the process. I really appreciate the process that you think about istighfar family and then you get there. I really love that because it means you understand what conjugation and what sarf is all about, which is great. Yeah. All right. Zainab, I think you can do the last one.
Okay. The last one is Aiqana.
Yes, Aiqana.
Aiqana in Aslam family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Aiqana yuqinu
Mm-hmm.
iqanan fahuwa muqinun.
Mm-hmm.
Uqina
Yes.
uqanu iqanan fahuwa muqanun.
Mm-hmm.
Al-amru minhu uqin.
Al-amru minhu. So aslim.
Al-amru aslim aiqin.
Yes.
Yes, aiqin. والنهي عنه لا توقن.
Yes.
والظرف منه موقن.
Beautiful. Amazing, guys. Like this is making me feel so proud what you guys can do right now. So look at that. This is the second irregularity and you guys are just flowing through this stuff. Amazing stuff. So because we're at time, we're not really going to go through the sarf kabir of the mazid fihi. Do I have, let me check if I have sarf kabir of the small family. Oh, mujarrad. Okay. So the small families will do it later on because there's a bit extra. You can see the ala because of the extra isms. So there's a little bit more we can discuss about that. So what we'll do is we'll talk about the sarf kabir of Mazid Fi tomorrow, inshallah. We'll start from there and just see where the small changes are happening. But it's just avoid ew sound, void ui. These are the two disgusting sounds they don't like anywhere. Ew, ui. And then you have the yaw that is disliked in some words. Some words can appear, some words cannot. So that's just something to keep in mind. 3 things you need to keep in mind in this entire family, and you understand the whole Mithal. SubhanAllah. How amazing is that? Like, there's really not much to it. Any questions or anything I need to clarify before we can end? Yeah. I don't know who was saying. Yes.
This is
أيقن يوقن.
Yes.
Okay. I was saying يوقن.
No, yuqinu. Let me just confirm that. Sorry. I need to confirm. I'm not. Okay. Yeah, it's yuqinu. Yes. Ayqana yuqinu. Yeah. It's not yuqinu. Remember, we don't like we as much. So we goes away. You and we. Yeah, that goes away. Any other questions?
I think we are clear. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording there. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.